Welcome to Niv-Mizzet's laboratory. Hope you're excited to get some good stuff going. As far as our opening hand goes, yeah, I like it. We only have one land in our hand, but yeah, this is some... I like what we've got going on. Yeah, let's go and keep on this one. And we're playing against Seton, so if you've never played against Seton, it is pretty real sometimes. Those druids get going pretty quick with that mana. But it's going to get down to Honor to High Arc, and then anything else, they're going to kick it back over to us. So let's go lead off with Temple of Epiphany, get the Scry going, the Scurry, the Fever, the Insanity, the Descent into Madness. All right, Swiftwater Cliffs, that is a land. It's like one of the only tap lands we have, but we'll definitely, yeah, let's go and leave that on top. We're kind of a little bit low on lands. Do we want to go for Chrome Mox? So we have a couple different options. We can go Chrome Mox, exile Erratic Cyclops. Yeah, and it's going to have Trample. Do we want to... We're looking at Swiftwater Cliff for next turn. That's going to put us online for Ponder to draw that card. Yeah, if we're going to get a bunch of birds going, I don't mind doing that. Let's go and go for Chrome Mox. But then we actually have to exile a blue card that's going to put us online for exiling Izzet Charm. Let's just wait. Let's wait on Ponder. We'll wait on Chrome Mox if we want to get that down. We'll go and pass the turn to our opponent. We are playing Niv-Mizzet. This spell cannot be countered flying, and then whenever you draw a card, Niv does 1 damage to any target. Then whenever a player casts an instant or sorcery spell, you draw a card, which is just everything that you want to be doing in Commander. I love Niv. He's quickly becoming one of my favorite new commanders. That triple blue, triple red is a little taxing, a little hard to get that down sometimes, but it's... Oh, that's some good magic right there. Let's go and go for... Let's go for Ponder. Look at the top 3 cards. Yeah, Scalding Tarn. Ooh, Keranos. And, oh, that is... it's a pretty good-looking opening hand. Top 3 part of our library. Let's do it like this. Let's go for put Keranos on top, Jace on top, and Scalding Tarn on top. Not going to shuffle our library. Draw into Scalding Tarn. Let's go and get down Swiftwater Cliffs. It's going to allow us to gain 1 life. And since we do have Jace, Mind Sculptor, and Keranos on top, let's go ahead and go for Chrome Mox. That way we can at least go and get down Chrome Mox. We'll go and exile Izzet Charm. Now that we do at least have a little bit more sort of action out of our hand, we can exile Izzet Charm. And let's go and get down Soul Ring. Okay, there we go. Anything else? Kick it back over there. We're playing against Krosan Protector. Tap an untapped druid that you control, add green to your mana pool. And that's going to be it for the commanders. Let's go and pass the turn to our opponent. So we're able to at least still hold on to Erratic Cyclops. This is one of the new cards from Guilds of Ravnica that I'm super excited about. I mean, it's a pretty decent creature, especially for commander. Trample, 0/8. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, it gets +X/+0 until end of turn, where X is that spell's converted mana cost. So that is... I don't know. I saw that. I've always enjoyed Cyclopses in Magic, and especially Izzet flavored Cyclops. So we'll see if we can't get some Cyclops combat damage going. I think that would be pretty fun. All right, so we do draw into Jace, Mind Sculptor. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be 6 with Scalding Tarn, and then we have Keranos on top. Let's do this. Let's go and get down Murmuring Mystic. That way we can at least get some sort of board state developed while we wait to hit a couple more colored sources for Niv. It's going to be 1, 2, 3... Okay, let's go and get down Murmuring Mystic, and then anything else? No, let's go and pass the turn to our opponent. So once we've drawn to Keranos, I really enjoy Keranos because Keranos is pretty much what you want to be doing in blue-red. You know, revealing the top card of your library. If you can deal some damage, just some stuff on the board, that's perfect. If not, you're still getting some good card advantage by getting down Keranos, and then we'll try to get down Jace next turn. Once we get down Murmuring Mystic and get those bird tokens onto the battlefield, that'll give us a little bit more protection for Jace, and then we can kind of start digging into our library. So... kind of get that going. But yeah, speaking of druids, so let's get this out of the way. This is the first time I'm putting out Niv on my channel. If you want to see the original release video, I released it this past Friday on the MTGO Traders YouTube channel, so you should definitely check it out. There's one video I played against Tatyova, and it was a really normally I do 2-3 videos for a new release, but with that Tatyova game, it was about got Fraley's coming down. With Tatyova, playing against Tatyova, it was like a 40-minute game, and so that's the only one I posted, and there's a lot of back and forth, and it was a lot of fun. So if you want to see Niv-Mizzet in action, definitely go check it out. Yeah, I was just like, I got done recording, I was like, all right, that's perfect. Exactly what we want to get going. And so, but yeah, that's over on MTGO Trader, so this is the first time I'm putting it on my channel. And I don't know, I love Niv-Mizzet. It's quickly becoming one of my favorite commanders. Let's go ahead and crack Scalding Tarn. And then let's go ahead and get down a Volcanic Island. Let's go ahead and go for Keranos. Yeah, I like that. We just can't, if we get Jace out there, Jace was not going to be too happy if we can't keep him protected. Okay, then anything else, let's go and pass the turn to our opponent. But yeah, and also with Murmuring Mystic, I love that it is a 1/5 because that's pretty much everything you want in a, I don't know why a Birdwatcher would be a 1/5, but I don't know, it's interesting. But it's pretty much everything that you need in some sort of spell slinger. But yeah, if you didn't see that video on MTG Traders, what are we doing in Niv-Mizzet? We're trying to squeeze as much value as possible out of every sort of instant and sorcery spell that we cast. And that really begins with having Niv-Mizzet on the battlefield, getting some card draw, and dealing damage to stuff on the board. And at the same time, you know, taking advantage of stuff like Murmuring Mystic. So when cast an instant or sorcery, get that bird token on the battlefield. We have Young Pyromancer in here. I'm trying to think, there's some other stuff that we do have. Young Pyromancer. We also have Gutter Snipe. That's another way that we could deal some damage to our opponent. Dawson of Perfection. And then Talran. How can I forget Talran? So got them all in here, and it makes for some fun options. And then also stuff like I mentioned, you know, taking advantage of the instant or sorceries, stuff like Erratic Cyclops, because you know, even in like a 1 versus 1 setting, let's say that we do get down Erratic Cyclops and we cast something like a Prophetic Bolt. It's a 5-mana spell. So now we have a 5/8 Erratic Cyclops. So we can deal some damage with Niv to some of these creatures. It has trample, and that's really going to allow us to kind of swing in and put some pressure on a Planeswalker or something like that. So it's definitely something to kind of keep in mind. You know, even in a multiplayer setting, you know, their opponent doesn't really have that good of a board state developed, and you just cast a few instant or sorcery spells, and then pop some damage out there, and you've got a look at that art too. It's got like some got some steam stuff on there, shooting steam out of its hand. I don't know, I love it. Oh, so my wife and I, and actually let's see, Paragon of the Elemental of Eternal Wilds. Other green creature you control get +1/+1 green mana activation. Target creature you control gains trample until end of turn. Okay, no fight stuff. So my wife and I were doing this thing called Spooky Tuesdays in October, and where we watch a Halloween, like a Halloween movie every Tuesday night, and we watched Evil Dead last night, and that was, or not last night, but yeah, the other night, and my God, I hadn't seen that movie before, and like, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to watch some of the old school stuff like Evil Dead and the older like Halloween movies, and I've never actually seen Friday the 13th, the original one, and so we're trying to go back through and watch some of those movies, but we watched Evil Dead, and that is an interesting movie for sure. that is wow. It's really gory, but I mean, not like real bad gory, but it's just a wild movie. I just remember sitting there of like, I think my jaw hurt because I was sitting there just like, what am I watching? I love it. All right, so we do draw into Pongo Pie, which is really nice in this matchup. Do we want to go for Halimar Depths? Is that something? We can get down Jace, and that leaves us basically with just one Pongify. Yeah, let's go and get down Jace. Let's get a quick brainstorm going for Jace. Because we're basically going to brainstorm, and that's not going to help. Maybe we might get a fetch land. That'll kind of help this Halimar Depths out a little bit. So let's going to go for brainstorm off of Jace. That's going to be delay and then Firemind's Research. Okay. Let's do this. Let's go and put Firemind's Research on top of our library. And then, yeah, let's go and put Erratic Cyclops on top too. Let's go to get down the island because I like leaving up delay, at least at this point right now. And then depending on how they swing in at Jace, we can go for Pongify and then still end up with a bird token on the battlefield. And if we have to, we can Pact of Negation something if we need to. Not really super wild about going for that. We do have Jace to kind of dig a little bit deeper. We need to find a fetch land to kind of shuffle that stuff up. And 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to get at least 2 more colored sources on the battlefield. Anything else is going to pass the turn to our opponent. But yeah, when you're building Niv, you definitely want to throw in some artifacts, some colored artifacts, stuff like Fire Diamond, Sky Diamond, Is It Signet, Chromatic Lantern is absolutely wonderful in the deck. You still want to run stuff like Soul Ring and Ancient Tomb if you have it to just kind of help smooth out something like a quick Jace on the battlefield. But for the most part, you want to have as many colored rocks as possible to get down Niv, because there's just some times to where if you just don't turn, hit those lands, it's a little hard. Look at triple blue, triple red. It is a very taxing commander to get down. All right, opponent's going to go for the Freylease activation on Soul Ring. Yeah, that's fine. It's going to take care of it. Hopefully, this still at least we'll be online for Halimar Depths for next turn. And then we'll have Jace to kind of dig a little bit deeper, depending on how heavy they want to swing in at Jace. So, and like I mentioned, we have Pact if we want to go for that. But I think we'll hold off. And for a long time, I never realized there was a wizard like standing on that little mount thing in that Pact of Negation. I don't know what I thought it was. I think I thought it was just like a spire shooting something up or something shooting out of a spire. And so I don't know, but it was like one day I was like, oh, there's a wizard on there. There's just a lot of magic art that that has stuff hidden in there. All right, so we have Paragon swinging in. We have Kesa. And then, let's see, we've got the whole crew swinging on this one, I think. This can be Jace, 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 Jace. No, swinging at us. That's going to be Jace. Let's see who's... Okay, so that's swinging at us. That's swinging at Jace. Swinging at us, and that's swinging at Jace. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go for Pongify. This one's swinging in at Jace. That's going to be a 3-3. And that's swinging at Jace, too. Okay, so what we can do is we can go for Pongify... Because either way, yeah, I kind of like getting rid of Kesa. And then we can block with the bird token on one of them. But that's going to leave him a 3-3. Yeah, that's fine with that. Yeah, let's go for Pongify on Kesa, because that's going to get rid of that that Power Tough 1 bonus. And then, or if we want to, actually, we need to get rid of Paragon now that I think about it. Yeah, let's do it like that. Let's go for Pongify on Paragon. Yeah, I like that line a little bit better. All right, so we go for Pongify on... Paragon. That's going to get rid of that trample ability. That way it kind of keeps us a little bit more even as far as trying to keep Jace on the battlefield. We don't have to worry about some random trample spell from our opponent. Okay, Paragon turns into a monkey. It's going to reduce some of the combat damage, and then what we can do is still go ahead and double block on that Elf Druid with Murmuring Mystic and our bird token, little bird feeder man. And then that'll still get rid of the Druid and kind of minimize the number of creatures that they do have on the battlefield. So I kind of like that. One thing that we can do is if we need to, well, depending on what's going on with Pact of Negation, we could sequence it to where we kind of delay a Pact of Negation. That'll give us a few more tokens on the battlefield. But let's see what we can't hit off of Jace. Maybe we get lucky and get that damage on top. All right, opponent's going to get down Soul Ring. And actually, now that I think about it, with Keranos... yeah, we need to start, so this is one of those deals to where I forgot how good Keranos with Jace interacts to where we can set up those Keranos triggers with Jace, and unfortunately little things like commentary get in the way of that, so I'll definitely kind of keep that in mind as far as making sure we set up some good Keranos Jace turns. That way we can start dealing some damage to some of these targets on the board. You know, get a Keranos trigger to target Honored, and that'll... start kind of cleaning up some of these Druids, and then hopefully we can kind of stabilize with some of these bird tokens. Okay, we're drawn to Radic Cyclops. Let's go ahead and target... Do we want to go ahead and take care of Freyleys? Yeah, we need to kind of stop that bleeding, I think. Yeah, let's take care of Freyleys. Let's going to get her out of here, and then we can start working towards Seton for next turn. Let's go and go for Jace. Let's draw a card. And then Firemind's Research. Let's go and put Firemind's... Let's put the 3 on top. Let's go Colosseum. And then Firemind's Research. That way we can set up the turn. Let's go and get down Mountain. And if we tap out for a Radic Cyclops, that's going to be another creature on the battlefield, but that's going to basically leave us only going for Delay or Pact of Negation to protect Jace. Yeah, let's go and go for a Radic Cyclops. We're going to get down to Radic Cyclops, and then that'll be at least be another blocker on the battlefield. And we should have sequenced that turn just a little bit easier. That should have been Halimar Depths coming into play, and then that would have allowed us to kind of look at the top 3 cards, or at least next turn put us online to where we could go for Niv-Mizzet. So a little bit of a kind of sequencing error on my part. So we'll work on getting down Halimar Depths for next turn. Yeah, it's just one of those things to where if you're trying to set up, you go for Jace activation, make sure you're setting up Keranos for next turn, and making the land, like I don't want to forget about making the land drop, so then I just click on the mountain real quick to get it down. But probably would have been better to get down Halimar Depths in that certain scenario to... just to make sure that next turn we're online for Niv, because that would have been a little bit better. We'll see if our opponent said we've got it, but we'll see if they've got it. They can definitely put some pressure on Jace. It's going to be hard for us to get past that. And the thought of just tapping out for a Pact of Negation right now doesn't really sound that enticing. So we'll see. There's still some magic to be played. Okay, so we've got the Necklace Monkey swinging in at us for 4. That's going to be Kesa swinging in at Jace. That's swinging in at us. Yeah, so basically just 2 are swinging at Jace. No, all 3 are swinging at Jace. We'll still go and block on a few of them. I guess if they're all swinging it, we're going to let those swing in at Jason now and think about it. And then we'll go ahead and block with the Jeweled Monkey on the Erratic Cyclops. And also, like I mentioned earlier with the Erratic Cyclops, it's a good card in a deck like this because it also allows us to, you know, having a 0/8 blocker is kind of nice too. And then something that you can kind of start getting pumped up with some pretty good blue-red Spellslinger spells. All right, let's go ahead and send that 3 damage to, I guess at this point we'll go ahead and go for Honored Iarch? Yeah, let's go and go. Let's go for Honored. Oh, duh, they've got Yavimaya Hollow. Sorry about that. That's one of those, you just, I try to keep track of stuff, but sometimes you get wrapped up in stuff. But yes, Yavimaya Hollow. So let's go and get down Firemind's Research. Let's go and get down Halimar Depths, and then look at the top 3 cards of our library. Ooh, Stroke of Genius, Chromatic Lantern. I like what's going on with that. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Colosseum's going to be able to get down. Let's sequence it this way. Let's put Chromatic Lantern. Since we can tap out for Stroke of Genius next turn for just 3 cards, we want to wait to that as long as possible. So let's get Stroke of Genius. Let's go for Chromatic Lantern. And then we're going to get down to Colosseum. Okay, I like that. And then anything else, let's go and pass the turn to our opponent. So we did get down Firemind's Research. Let's go and get this popped up a little bit so we can take a look at it. With Firemind's Research, whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, put a charge counter on it. Then for a 2-mana activation, remove 2 charge counters from it, draw a card, and then in a red activation, remove 5 charge counters from it. It deals 5 damage to any target. So this is one of those spells. I'm just kind of trying it out for the time being, you know, since Guilds of Ravnica is new. So if you've had any experience with Firemind's Research, I'm not sure how much, you know, just getting a little bit of extra value off Firemind's Research is always nice. You know, if that 2-mana activation for the first one, you can get some good stuff going off of that. But that last ability, you know, it's always nice to be able to kind of squeeze out some damage on some spells being cast. Let's go ahead and go for the block on Seton, and then let's go ahead and block on the Monkey token. So that will be 6 coming across, putting us down to 12. And then hopefully we can get down Niv-Mizzet and then try to stabilize outside of this. And we definitely keep in mind Yavimaya Hollow. I don't know why. There's always 2 mistakes that can very, very easily happen while I'm recording videos. Let's go and draw a card. Draw into Chromatic Lantern. Yeah, let's go ahead and get down Niv-Mizzet. Okay, we're going to go get down Niv. But yeah, there's 2 mistakes that can happen really easily in my videos. That actually turns on Devotion for Keranos. Okay, I like that. It definitely turns on Devotion because... And I think at this point, since we've got 4 and 4, let's just go and pass the turn, you know. Once we kind of get some bird tokens developed, then we can get some good stuff going. But we'll just go and pass the turn and hopefully kind of stabilize from here. But yes, easy mistake. So for some reason, sometimes if my commentary, like I'm really kind of in the zone on talking about something, the furthest hand card in my hand to the left, it's always, I can forget about that really easy. So if you're like, hey, why didn't you cast this? If it's the furthest left, sometimes I miss it for some reason because I'm just kind of focused on the middle part of the board right here. And another really easy thing for me to make a mistake on is just like our opponent having some sort of utility land, like Yavimaya Hollow. I can't tell you how many videos I've recorded where our opponent had something like Homeward Path or gain control of all creatures, and I go for something like Bribery, and then they gain control of it, and I'm just like, oh, dang it. But anyway, opponent's going to scoop it up on this one. Opponent's not going to have combat damage, but apparently they didn't really have anything in the hand. We had enough of a board state developed to where we could basically kind of close the game out. So got to play against Slow Player 1, always enjoyed it, get to see some cool Druid stuff. But this is pretty much what Blue-Red wants to do, you know, wants to get down, it wants to stabilize. Once you get down Niv-Mizzet is such a a back breaker. Once you get it down, getting that extra value off of stuff that you cast, and then having Keranos online, and then especially, you know, getting Erratic Cyclops swinging in, and once we get those bird tokens going with Murmuring Mystic, pretty much going to be able to kind of stop any sort of action coming over from our opponent, especially once we get rid of that trample from Paragon, because it's going to make it really hard for green to do anything. So good game to our opponent. Always enjoy playing against Slow Player 1, but yeah, once you get down Niv, it is... he's got a grin on his face for a reason because it's always fun getting him down. Anyways, if you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe. Thanks. Bye.